So this is my 5-minute teaching demonstration for the John Carroll school-based MED application. Today I'm going to be giving you a quick overview of 2 ways to restrain your dog, and these could be really useful if, for instance, your dog doesn't like getting its nails cut and you want to do it at home rather than take it to the groomer. If you know how to restrain it without having a chance to bite you, then you can just do it at home real easy. So I have 2 cards here. One is just a visual representation of what it will look like when you've restrained it standing up, and one is what it looks like when you've done that when it's laying on its side. And I'm just going to pass these around so people can get a good idea of what it'll look like when it's done. And I'm going to be bringing in a guest star, JJ, to demonstrate what it'll look like, and I'm going to go through all the steps. And then at the end, we're going to have a chance to practice. I have some buddies here for you guys to practice on before you move on to a live dog. And this sort of restraint will work on any size dog, so these little stuffed guys are good practice for chihuahuas or something, and then eventually you can move on to bigger dogs like JJ. Okay, so this is JJ. He's here to help us show how to restrain a dog. So the one thing that I should recommend is restraint should be sort of a last resort. You don't want to force your dog to be in a position they don't want to be in. The ideal goal is to have a dog be comfortable enough that they don't want to bite you in the first place. That being said, the idea of restraint is to prevent the dog from being able to hurt you, and most dogs will do that with their teeth rather than their paws or something. So the one thing you always want to restrain on a dog is their head. So to do the first hold, the standing position, you just want to have your dog in front of you, like this, and you're going to use both hands. The first one is going to hook around their head, like this, and the other one is just going to go around their stomach. And the one on your head, you really just want to get it right behind their jaw and then pull them against you gently. So with this hold, he can't back up because you've got a hold of his stomach, but he also can't turn his head because you're hooked just under his jaw. So he can't bite you and he can't back out. So this is a good secure hold. Okay, the other hold, as you saw on the paper, is the one where the dog is laying on its side. And this one is better for cutting nails because the dog isn't supporting his weight on his own feet, so you're free to mess with him as much as you want. So this one is a little more complicated to get into. You still want to start with the dog in front of you like this, and then you're going to reach around in front on both sides and grab underneath. So you want to get the legs closest to you, and then you're just going to pull them gently out, and he's going to slide down to the ground. So now he's already in the hold. You've got one leg with your right hand, one leg with your left hand, and again, it's very important to restrain his head, so you see his head sort of wobbly right now. I'm just going to put my elbow behind his jaw like in the other hold, and he's going to lay down. So I've got him on the ground. He can't move any of his legs, and he can't turn his head to bite me if he got uncomfortable. And the most important thing, the most important thing in any of these holds, again, is to prevent him from being able to bite you. But in the end, what needs to happen is to keep the dog happy enough that he doesn't want to bite you. So you notice when I pulled him down, I didn't fling his legs out and have him drop. I just slid him down my body. Okay, so now that you've seen all the holds, we're just going to bring out my stuffed buddies here, and you're going to each get a chance. And when I'm sure that you can handle doing these things, I'll let you have a chance with JJ, who's really very friendly and is not going to try to bite you or anything. But I would like to be comfortable with you doing them on stuffed dogs before you do try it on a real dog.